So you made it back to my channel. Thank you for being here. And for the new viewers, well, I'm Mallory and this is my eco life. Over the past month, you've seen me share my story and how I'm developing my land within an eco village in Quebec, Canada. I've started clearing the land to gain a better vision and to spend as much time here as possible to place my house in the best location according to my needs. My goal will be to build my house shell myself without a mortgage by the end of the year. I post a video every Saturday morning at 8 a.m. Eastern Time, so don't forget to subscribe and click the little bell to get notified when I upload a new video to follow my progress. So this week I am finding my property lines on this side of the property because my soil testing got done on Monday, and so he drew out and he put in pickets where he thinks it would be the best place to put it, and I am going to draw that on my plan. So I have to find the property line, measure exactly where it is from my property line, and then I'll be able to go ask for my permits. So that is a big step for me today, and all while I'm doing that, Jeff is out here with his chainsaw and his tractor clearing out all the logs. So I'm going to show you that in a little bit. So I started walking through the property and I was like, how can I do this? So I figured that on Google Maps, there's already a, like the two in front and then back, the, I don't know, pins, there's like property pins. So I went to the front one and then I went to the back one, I dropped the pin, and now I'm pretty much staying in the middle and just trying to put my tapes at the right spots. So when I have a doubt, I just add it more inside my property line, because there's going to be like a little spot where I'm not going to do anything with this property, just to keep the, you know, the line cleared. So anyways, I figured that's my way to do it today. I'm at the next pin. It's looking pretty straight. Not bad. Because you're mine, I walk the line. I did it. It's all done. So yeah, I just have to measure now. I have to go get my measuring tape, measure out, and then draw everything. So the guy, the biologist that came out for my septic system, said that I need to have a system that's above ground. So it's yeah, it's gonna cost me quite a bit of money for that part. So I'm just putting in the 4 points of the septic system and the, I don't know what it's called, the fill, the, if you guys know what it is, I'm at a lack of words right now for what it's called. There's a septic tank and then there's where the water flows through. And my soil here is not very good. So unfortunately, I do have to have that really big expensive system in order for my water to evacuate. And because of that, I have to get my house higher above ground. So I was calculating about 2 feet up, but I'm going to go 3 feet up instead. So that's going to be that. And now I have to draw it on the plan and figure out where my house is going to be exactly, so that he can draw it out for me and then I can go ask for my permit. So because the system is so expensive, I talked to him about it and I said, hey, are we allowed to do a surface well? So to get surface water instead of, you know, one of the deep wells. And he said yes. So if I plan to do that, he'll draw it out for me and then I'll be able to build it from scratch. So that will save me, like, shoot, I don't know how much it's going to cost, but he says I can do it for under $2,000. But if I get a drilling company out here, then it could cost me over, like, you know, $17,000. So I'm thinking that maybe to start out with, I might just go that route for water, and I'll figure it out from there. So once the excavator comes out here to clear out my spot, I'm going to ask him to dig about 15 feet. I'm going to try to get a commercial pump out here so I can try to pump out to see if I can find that source, so I can get a shallow well with a good gallon per minute. I do have my sorcerer sticks. I'm going to be going around the property to figure out the best spot before getting everything installed. So yeah, hopefully that'll That'll give me a little boost. Alright, so this morning I mad rushed to come out here because I had a client in massage therapy, and I came out with my friend Papa Bear, who's helping me build my property. And so I went back home with all my measures. I came out and I measured out from my property line all the way to my septic system and where my water is going to be. I did go out with my dowsing sticks. I'm going to show you guys what I did. I found a little area where there are some, so I'm going to show you that as soon as I can get that footage out to you guys. And what it looks like so far is this. I'm going to put it on the screen for you so we can figure it out. This is all in meters. This is the metric system. It's 24 by 20, and there's also going to be a little part where my horse is going to be, and that's right next to the landfill. So I'm trying to figure out the right word for it, but I can only get my water 100 feet away from that so I don't contaminate anything. And I'm trying to do a surface well. So I measured out just about 50 feet away from the road is where my house is going to be, the front of it. Eventually there's going to be a greenhouse, but for now it's just the house, and about 40 feet away from the property line. So like this is up to scale. This is pretty much roughly what it looks like the layout's going to be, and where the curb line is the place where I can put in my water. So I have a few spots where I can go dig in to see if I can get some surface water, and so that'll be really interesting to see for sure. So compared to the plan, so what we have here, one picket there, we have one picket there, that's my whole face of the house, okay? And then it goes back 20 feet, 24, and then there's going to be the square where my horse is going to sleep. And there is the septic right there. So I'm thinking maybe what I could do, instead of having it a little bit more to the right, I can take off a little bit more trees here and just bring it to the left, because I'm allowed to do that. I was just afraid for the intimacy, but I look at the forest on the other side and it's like, I don't think I'm going to have much intimacy with my neighbors anyways one day, the day that it gets sold here. So the most important thing for me is to make sure that my water, which is the whole area there, has a lot of water in it. And so I really needed that to be at least 100 feet and more closer to the road, because my septic system is right here. So, and like this here, I didn't clear all this out yet. We just did a whole bunch of mounds, and my horse will probably be roaming in the forest, and he really loves the forest. There's just a lot of bugs. Oh gosh, yeah, I have a lot of clearing to do. So I just talked to Jeff. He just came out to get his tractor, and he's the one that cleared out all the property. And he said that the excavator is coming out this weekend. So I mean, look at my property. Excavator's coming out. I don't feel like I'm ready. So I really need to figure out where my entranceway is going to be, because I wanted it to be here, but the way that we arrive, it might be better if I just do it there. So I'm going to have to come back tomorrow. I'm going to have to really think about this. It's a lot of work, and I don't want to do any mistakes. I mean, it's just everything's happening so fast. I've only been here a month, guys, a month. And all this happened, so